What if you had a tiny magical workforce in Minecraft? The Fairy Factions Revived mod lets you recruit adorable fairies to help your adventures. Let's see them in action. You'll see groups of fairies who are protecting their fairy queen. If you hurt the queen, they hurt you. If the queen is defeated, they'll start crying. When you defeat a fairy, they may drop glowstone dust. In a dark turn, this is when you can tame them. Give them a few cookies and see if you can make a friend. Of course, you have to wait until the crying has stopped. You'll know your fairy is tamed when you see a flower crowned on their head. When you right-click the fairy, she'll travel on top of your head, carrying you in the sky for a bit. If they refuse to get off your head because of some glitch, try getting out of the world and then going back in. If you want your fairy to have a different haircut, you have to use shears to do so. Hopefully, you'll both love the new look. What fairies don't love are items like spider eyes. If you give them something like this, they will start to cry again. Then you'll have to go through the whole taming process all over again. Taming the fairy queen takes even more work because you have to go through all of her subjects first before you can tame her. She'll be angry with you at first, and then you must tame a queen with glistening melon slices. So I talked about the fairies helping you at the start of the video. First, use a fairy wand to assign chests and fairy beds. For a fairy to help, they need a sign with their name on it and a chest next to it. The @ signs that surround their name should then turn from red to green. Right-click on the fairy and shift right-click on the chest that should be used. What you put in the chest depends on what task you need the fairy to do. If you want them to breed animals, for example, you put in things like wheat, seeds, carrots, etc., depending on what animals you have. If you want them to shear sheep, put shears in the chest. If you want them to fish, put in a fishing rod. If you want them to cut down wood, add an axe. They'll put in what they get in the chest. For delivery mode, right-click on the fairy with a feather. A blue asterisk will appear next to their name and colorful particles will be around them. Once they're in delivery mode, right-click the fairy with the wand and shift right-click on the chest. To have a fairy take items from a chest, shift right-click on the chest and then right-click on the fairy. You can filter what item a fairy in delivery mode will take or put in a chest by using a named book and quill or two. Rename the book to either allow or deny, preferably through an anvil. Hey, this is Editing Mel here. You probably should use an anvil to do this instead of how I did it in the video. That's my mistake. In the pages, type the technical item name. For example, type Minecraft : acacia_log and not acacia log. Every so often during their work, your fairies will ask you for a snack, whether it's a cake or a melon slice. If you want an upside down fairy, you can name it Dinnerbone. If you want a guy fairy, name it Steve. This is a newer, more modern version of a 1.7.10 mod, and it's great that this was updated. Farewell and kisses! If you're looking for another kind of companion, check out this video.